Hi, I'm Alex. Welcome to your next lesson with Callback with ESL With Purpose. In this course, if you keep taking these courses through this subscription program, you will learn the English that native speakers actually use, the way we really talk to help you go from here to here with your English so you can get a better job, you can understand people at work. These phrasal verbs will help you get to your next level in English. So let's learn callback. So callback, what does that mean? Well, it means to return a phone call. So if someone calls me, I will call them back. So often it's a missed call, but usually if it's a sales call or sometimes on my phone, it'll say something like scam likely, which means it's not a good phone call. It's a salesperson and I don't want the phone because I don't want to be taken advantage of. But that's another phrasal verb. So anyway, return a phone call, call back, I will call you back. These are things we say. Let's practice together a sentence that you can say with callback. So listen first to the sentence. May I call you back later today? Okay, so that's something we can often use, like this guy in the picture. You can see maybe he's working with some clients. He's like, oh, may I call you back later today? We can talk about your we can talk about your business plans or whatever business thing he has to do with his clients. He may have to call them back later. It could be an employer, a colleague, anything like that. This is what you can say. So I want you to listen and repeat this sentence. Okay? May I call you back later today? Good practice. One more time. May I call you back later today? All right. And then they might say something more like an explanation. I might be thinking in my head, why? Why do I want him to call me back later today? They might have a reason. And this is one reason. I have to wrap up some work this morning. So this is something I might say in fast conversational English. I have to wrap up some work this morning. So why don't you try and say that too? I have to work. Sorry, I'll have you say this with me. Listen and repeat this sentence. I have to wrap up some work this morning. Okay, let's try that again. I have to wrap up some work this morning. And then to get that TH sound here, this th sound, you'll want to, you'll want to say this. You have to make your tongue go between your teeth to get that this morning sound. So, may I call you back later today? I have to wrap up something this morning. This morning. Got it? All right. And wrap up means to complete or finish an activity. So you completed something, you finished something. That's wrap up. Okay, so the next example sentence I want you to listen and repeat is this one. I'll call you back in 10 minutes. Okay, so now I want you to listen and say it and repeat. I'll call you back in 10 minutes. Good, let's do it one more time. I'll call you back in 10 minutes. Great. And the word I'll means I will. It's a future tense form of the sentence here. So I'll call you back in 10 minutes. So if someone calls you, you return the phone call, you can tell them, if you're working with somebody or if it's a family member or friend, you just say, I'm busy. I'll call you back in 10 minutes. Or if you miss a call, but usually this is when you pick up the phone, you have to tell them this. So like, oh, I'm busy right now, but I'll call you back in 10 minutes. Thanks. And you hang up. Or you might say something more professional like, thank you for understanding. And then you hang up. All right, let's do some more practice with callback. This is one when I get the telemarketers, I don't like this. So I will say the sentences first. You just listen. Then I will say the sentences again, and you listen and say, okay, or listen and repeat. Please don't call me back. Can you remove me from your contact list? See, this gentleman here, he doesn't look too happy about the phone call he's on. It's maybe a telemarketer, and he's like, this is not the call I wanted. So let's practice together. Listen and say the first part. Please don't call me back. Can you remove me from your contact list? Let's say that again. Listen and repeat. Please don't call me back. Can you remove me from your contact list? Good practice. Here's another expression you might say when you're asking someone to remove you from a list. It can be, an email list. It can be a phone number you want them to remove. You can say it with this question. Can you take me off your list? Okay, you try it again. Listen and repeat. Can you take me off your contact list? Good. Let's try it one more time. Can you take me off your contact list? And please don't call me back. All right, good practice. And take off means to remove. Like I take off my glasses, I take off my sweater. For clothing, we use take off, but that will also be in a future lesson where we go over. Go over is a phrasal verb too, which means to review. We will review and learn the phrasal verb take off in a future lesson. But just for now, so you understand, take off means to remove, and call back is to return that phone call. Okay, let's practice another sentence in the past tense with ed. And here I just want to help you understand it's not called, it's called. Because the L's are voiced, it's a voice sound, I'll go, Maria called us back. Don't say Maria called us back. That is incorrect. You want to say, because the L, my voice keeps going with the sound in English, Maria called us back. Okay, so you want to say it that way. Because it's a voice sound, the ed is d. It goes d. It doesn't go ed. Okay? So let's do that together. Listen and say this sentence with me. Or actually, listen first. I'll say the sentence quickly. After that, I'll say each sentence, the sentence and the question. You listen and repeat. Here we go. Maria called us back. Should I schedule an appointment with her? Okay, it's your turn. Listen and say, Maria called us back. Should I schedule an appointment with her? Good practice. Let's do this one more time. Maria called us back. Should I schedule an appointment with her? Good practice. Okay, and here's part of the other conversation. Yes, she is one of the top candidates I want to interview. Yes, she is one of the top candidates I want to interview. And that word is candidates, not candidates. You might say it when you slow down in English. You might say candidates, but here it's actually candidates I want to interview. Okay, so let's try that part B together again. Yes, she is one of the top candidates I want to interview. Okay, good practice. Let's do this again. This is a little bit, this sentence is long, so let's say it together again. Maria called us back. Should I schedule an appointment with her? Good. Yes, she is one of the top candidates I want to interview. Great practice. All right, so now let's do this. Let's practice at home. I know you're watching this and you're learning with me. Here's what we're going to do. I will say A and you say B, okay? Then I'll give you a chance to change. You say A and I say B. Let's practice this together. I will be A first, and then I will pause and give you time to be B, and then we'll change. Ready? I am A, you are B. Maria called us back. Should I schedule an appointment with her? Good practice with B. Okay, now let's change. You are A, I am B. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Yes, she is one of the top candidates I want to interview. Good. You just practiced conversation with me. Let's continue. So some more things you need to know about callback for lesson 2 here. Oops, on this slide here it says lesson 1, but it's actually lesson 2, just so you know. But anyway, here, do not say this with callback. This is what you don't want to say. I called you tomorrow. I called you tomorrow. No, because it's past tense. I can't call someone tomorrow. I can say, I will call you tomorrow. That would be correct, but you don't want to use and mix the past tense here. Or I calling you tomorrow, using the present continuous form, ing. I calling you tomorrow would also not be correct. On this one, you called me back in a few minutes, okay? This is incorrect because you're using the past tense in the wrong form. It's a grammar mistake. You want to say, can you or will you please call me back in a few minutes? That would be correct, but not this form. Okay, I back call you again. This is incorrect because I'm using the verb second, and I need to use it first. So I need to say, I will, future tense, I will call you back again, or I will call you back. It's often used with the future tense will when we use call back as a phrasal verb. And so that's the phrasal verb call back for your lesson today. You can always pause this video, go to the beginning, and listen and repeat just like we did earlier for additional practice or review on this lesson. Okay, your next lesson is the phrasal verb call up. So that will be the next one we learn with the phrasal verbs with call. If you want to practice more phrasal verbs like these ones, call, eat out, pick out, many of these other phrasal verbs I have, like make sure of, I have some other ones here like take apart. You can buy my Phrase It 2 or Phrase It 1 card game on Amazon. Just go to amazon.com, type in Phrase It, and you can get these flashcards to practice at home. You can use them with your friends and family, with your kids. If you're an English teacher and English maybe isn't your original language, or you're trying to teach English to others of your first language, this would be a really fun game for them, for your students to play. I also have instructions on how to play on my website, eslwithpurpose.com. And then you can also, when you order Phrase It, maybe you're watching this video in another country and you're like, well, I could order Phrase It, but it only ships to a place in the US, or it's more expensive to ship to my country. You might want to consider Ship7. You can go to ship7.com. You can have a physical product ordered in the US, sent to the US address, which is cheaper. And then when you have enough products that you've ordered, you can send them all to yourself in your country that you live in. It's a little cheaper for you. I mean, international shipping is expensive, but this way it reduces that international expense a little bit more. However, you can also just order my Phrase It cards on Amazon internationally, and you should be able to get them. So that's the end of this lesson. Our next lesson is Call Up. And just so you know, this has been a free video tutorial of the kind of lessons you will get in this subscription course. So if you haven't subscribed yet, this is the last free class, this one here. So to watch Call Up, you will need to subscribe on my website for this subscription course of phrasal verbs, and you can subscribe every month. And I have my price listed on the website. So I'll see you in a future lesson, and if you subscribe, I'll see you inside the course for more phrasal verbs.